Is everybody in? Is everybody in?
Reality definitely feels like it's glitching, and these strange and mysterious videos that shouldn't exist, but they do. Before we begin, be sure to hit that like button now so we don't have to worry about it later. And subscribe if you're ready to see what most ignore. Check this out.
Looking into these Epstein files, and that now has a realization that it's all of them. It's every single one of them. So when you go and put your little vote in your little box, you're voting for what is in the Epstein files. It doesn't matter what side you pick. People do not become billionaires for no reason. Not in this world, they don't.
Overview of everything I found in the Epstein files. Content warning. The harvesting of Mormon blood as some sort of weekly payment system for select breeders, creation of transhuman sex slaves by biologically turning men into women and women into men through hormonal and biological intervention, using different formulas across the gender spectrum in order to cater to different tastes and sexual appetites. The apparent war between Jews and non-Jews that apparently the Jews are currently winning. The identity of codename Mr. Evil, who is allegedly Ehud Barak, the former Prime Minister of Israel. Epstein meeting with Netanyahu. Details about the debaucheries, including individuals having their backs and legs cut open and then performing. Others eat intestines. These events, the names dropped were George Soros, H.W. Bush, and Henry Kissinger. The dressing up of young Disney characters and then being sold to specific clients. William Barr, ex-attorney U.S. General, apparently frequenting these sex parties where Epstein would abduct and then sexually abuse victims. The disclosure that quantum computing technology is 3 billion times better than their Illuminati magic in a very heated email exchange between two individuals. An odd email chain where Mary Kennedy was found dead in her backyard, where Epstein replied, "Whoops." A person named Pizza Monster with frequent references to how much he loved the taste of pizza and just craved pizza. This figure is currently unidentified. Trafficking of young homeless people, turning them into extreme sexual deviants through consistent ritualistic and later pawning them off, putting them into certain positions of influence, power, or work is heavily implied. Jeffrey Epstein's connection to the Rothschilds being paid to the tune of $25 million. And last but not least, Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell's father, apparently turning on Mossad, demanding hundreds of millions of dollars because he has so much control over the United States, naming himself Israel's unofficial ambassador to the Soviet bloc. And then, as a surprise to nobody, he was found dead. Honorable mentions are possible time travel, transhumanism experiments, and the bloodline of the literal Illuminati being listed out.
Let the Goyim deal in the real world. You behave just like the Goyim. Obviously a polite Goyim. They did a great job of closing the most, at least for the Goyim. No, Goyim in abundance. Just go hang out in the lobby, that's for the Goyim. By the way, here's my Goy shelf. Oh, please wire money to my bank account named Baal, the biblical enemy of Jesus Christ that is known for child sacrifice. These are between this guy and many of our politicians. Just to confirm, it's going to 100% be a night, right? I'm sure this isn't a big deal. Messages between Epstein and the Rothschilds about Ukraine. This is a message from a girl that gave birth on Epstein's island. Only got 10 to 15 minutes to hold the baby before they took her. I want her back. That's horrific.
Can bring a little baby back for you or two, boys or girls, so Madonna. We'll email when we get to Amsterdam. That is a real email from the recent Epstein files releases. And if you want to take a screenshot or pause this and look, this is the email itself. It was sent by a woman named Penny Siegel to Jeffrey Epstein's email account in 2009 with the subject Kenya. And I don't know what this means. I don't know if this woman was talking about actually smuggling babies out of Kenya to be given to Jeffrey Epstein. If she was talking about trafficking children, I don't know. But I've heard stories like this before. For example, in the Marc Dutroux story, Marc Dutroux is basically the Jeffrey Epstein of Belgium. There were allegations from victim witnesses that they actually had baby farms, aka locations, warehouses, where mothers were literally chained up and kept in these warehouses, safe houses, greenhouses, whatever they were, and they were raped, and then forced to stay there until they gave birth. The kids were then sold off to various pedophile rings, sex trafficking organizations, and the mothers were then raped again and impregnated, and the thing just continued on and on. Now, it's interesting, actually. I'm just connecting this now. This email actually talks about getting to Amsterdam with the babies. That's where Marc Dutroux's victims claimed the baby factories were essentially being ran out of. It was in Amsterdam. Do you want me to try to do her or just torture her? That was in an email sent by Jeffrey Epstein, recently uncovered in the Epstein files. But snuff films and extremely violent pornography, all that stuff is unfortunately very real. And yes, there are snuff films involving children that have been produced and sold on the internet. And for those of you who don't believe me, one case out of the many you can look up is that of Daisy's Destruction and Peter Scully. That is a verified snuff film. It's an extremely disturbing rabbit hole. But that's not the only time Epstein references torture and torture videos and photos in these emails. We talked about this one the other day where he said, "Where are you? Are you okay? I loved the torture video." We don't know who that was sent to, but it was sent in 2009. Then in 2018, he sent an email that said, 1, it's kind of cut off, but Madonna on the way. And 2, instead of torture photo, maybe portrait of me instead. And this was sent to, I believe it says up there, Andre Serrano. I don't know what any of this means, but there's a lot of talk of torture video and torture photos in these emails, if you know what I'm getting at. Oh yeah, here's the full email. I should say 1, Madonna on the way. 2, instead of torture photo, maybe portrait of me instead. And then 3, presentation of Trumpville. Don't know what to make of that either. Here we go again with another email in 2015 with an email sent from Epstein to a man named Richard Kahn. Richard has been closely linked with Epstein many, many times. And he says, priority is finding the 20M with Jocelyn. First step equals to torture. Once again, no context as to really what this means, and I'm not understanding at all. Also, just had to throw this in there. There's another email. This is from Epstein to somebody, I can't remember who. I am planning a little torture, ... So, lots of discussion of torture, not only planning torture, and there are more examples that I couldn't fit in this video, but I thought that these were kind of the most damning, especially with the talk about torture videos and photos and plans to torture. And I've said this before and I'll say it again here, what we're seeing right now is only what they are allowing us to see. The real privileged information, the real disturbing emails and texts and videos and photos, we're never going to see that. That stuff either has been gone for a long time or was recently deleted by Pam Bondi's Epstein whatever task force. They would never allow us to see proof of these snuff films or proof of this CSAM that was being produced or proof of these blackmail videos and photographs.
If you want to know why they have redacted pictures of a cutting board, look at the foot sticking out. That's a child. They're prepping to eat. I told you guys, cannibalism was next.
You know they eat babies. That is not bullshit. It's true.
So it's not just the dogs and the cats, not just the pets.
It's not just the dogs and the cats. They're full-on vampires. And everybody still thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh and they drink human blood. They do, Tucker. Stop staring at me like that.
You're freaking me out, man. Because you spent your life in the entertainment business, so I think you have some authority on this.
So many kids that I was in mental institutions with over the years, they are all from those cults. And they've covered it all up. They covered it all up and I
ate babies and I ate babies before and I feel really weak about it, really weak. Not strong. First time when we ever done it for Papa, the first time when we little done it, we had feared so much.
When you did what?
When we killed a baby, first time. And
You killed the babies?
Yes.
You yourself?
With Papa. Papa holding my hand, he helped me. But he told me to cut the baby's head off. But he forced me to. I couldn't.
He held your hands?
He held my hand.
That was Gabrielle Rico Jimenez, a model who disappeared from Mexico 15 years ago. She accused the elites of engaging in cannibalism and eating human flesh. She was 21 years old at the time and was handcuffed by police after the tirade before being led away and never seen in public again. And now we might know why. This is a document from the latest Epstein files release, where a victim alleged that they were a part of some kind of ritualistic sacrifice in which their feet were cut with a scimitar but left no scarring, and then on a yacht he witnessed babies being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating the feces from these intestines. This is absolute madness.
So I came across this interview of this famous Mexican actress. Her name is Maria Felix, and somehow this is tied to the files. I believe in some of the files they mentioned a location in Morocco, and during the filming of this movie called La Corona Negra, they were filming this in Morocco. She got invited to a house, right? And she said that they were having dinner, and she asked, yo, what is this? What are we eating? It's very, very delicious. It tastes very sweet. I've never had this before. What is this meat? And they straight up told her it was human meat. Yeah, you're eating human meat.
Yo comí carne humana una vez, pero de verdad.
Ah, María.
Yo comí carne humana y Kike y yo comimos carne humana en un lugar en el Marruecos español que se llamaba, una ciudad que se llama Chauen.
Estaban filmando una película.
Estábamos filmando La Corona Negra. Y nos invitó, uno de esos moros notables nos invitó, y este tipo le gustaba comer carne humana, pero yo no lo sabía, y nos dio a comer. A mí me gustó, era una cosa como dulzona, una carne extraña, y pregunté, y así me dijeron, carne humana, pero no voluntariamente.
¿Cómo te sentiste? ¿Qué era carne de qué? ¿De hombre, de mujer, de qué?
No quise preguntar, oye, ya eso allá no.
And there's a lot of like conspiracies revolving around that actress, like saying that like the regular stuff, like, oh, she sold her soul to the devil. She's basically known for like consuming this weird blood coming from overseas.
Weird blood?
She never specifies what it is, but she says that that's how she keeps herself young and looking beautiful.
Adrenochrome.
Yeah. You know what that is?
Nah, what is that?
A brujo talked about this shit, right? When you sacrifice you're supposed to implement so much fear into the child that they release adrenaline. So when the adrenaline and the fear is rushing through their veins, they the child, and then that's when basically the blood tastes the best. It's like some sort of drug, because when you consume it, it's like you're consuming the life energy of the child. Bro, like Pennywise, he fucking says fear is the seasoning. Fear is what makes it taste good.
These people sacrifice children. Somebody said they don't do that. They sacrifice children at the highest levels in Hollywood. They drink blood of young kids. This is a fact. That's why the next thing to be exposed will be all the pedophilia that's going to come out of Hollywood and come out of Washington, D.C. The human sacrifice and the cannibalism has been going on for years. Somebody said, oh, they don't do that. It's worse than what you think.
Look, buddy, I don't know how...
This is the way the Jew, this is from Jeffrey Epstein. This is not me saying it. It's not Nick Fuentes saying it. It's not Sneeko. It's not Hassan. It's Jeffrey Epstein saying it. This is the way the Jew make money and made a fortune in the past 10 years, selling short the shipping futures. Let the Goyim deal in the real world. Let me go back and see if I can find some more of these too. The Epstein emails includes numerous derogatory messages towards Goyim. Oh, here we go. Here's even more of it. Let's see it. This is the way they... Oh, here we go. Goyim were born to only serve us, he said in a 2010 sermon. Without that, they have no place in the world, only to serve the people of Israel. Guys, this is insane. Really. Really, like, I mean, this is like every stereotype, every paranoia, every conspiracy theory, everything, just, it all aligns. And it seems like, I don't even know what to say. Wow.
Do you see that? This isn't just a regular hunt. Check that name too, Ariana Day R. Very interesting. Oh, it seems like it's just a treasure hunt. Oh wait, no. Oh, and get ready for this one. You can see that they're coding in the subject of this email. And here's what they have to say about the subject of this hunt. But isn't it interesting that they are all getting protected? despite them saying things like this. It's just been so crazy that in the last week or so, everything that I've known to be true for the longest time has been shown to everyone else. And I feel so vindicated while at the same time feeling sickened absolutely by the things that have been said here. Because it's not like I want this to be true, obviously. I don't want this to be true, but I don't want it to keep happening, and it seems like it will unless we actually do something about it. And sadly right now everyone is not, because obviously everyone is in survival mode right now, everyone that would actually do anything about it anyway, and that's exactly how they want us.
Jeffrey Epstein said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. That said, he has 6 bags of it in the downstairs freezer for his next trip. It's pretty obvious what jerky is a code name for. This might be the most disturbing file I've seen to date. They're referring to the victims as shrimp. Jeffrey Epstein says, "I can't even think of the smell of black shrimp. But not so much if it's too pink, although I'm definitely more into white than into any other. Some are like shrimp, you throw away the head and keep the body.
Have you had a chance to review any of the unredacted files over at the DOJ, the Epstein files?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I just came from there.
What can you tell us?
There's a bunch of sick.
And I mean, anything more that we don't know? I feel like that's pretty well established.
I know. I think the part that is just so disgusting is that so many people knew.
My name is Roy, and and for the most evil invention in the world contest, I invented a child robot.
I beg your pardon, what?
These children are not just kidnapped and in some cases bred by families as a cash crop. We have people in the United States of America that breed children in order to sell them. And when they are sold, they come without birth certificates, which means it's easier to kill them and have no one ask where they are. We're also importing children by the plane load. Again, children who have no documentation. It's not just child slavery or child sex abuse. It's also child torture, because you have adrenalized blood. You have the whole blood drinking ceremony of the satanic world. And then you have ritual ceremonies and ritual murder, as well as incidental murder. The other working assumption is how long do these children survive? What I am hearing from the witnesses that I've talked to is 2 years.
The islands come with the children, or are the children imported after?
This island does have a small school. There are children.
Okay, so I don't know if that was a stupid
Yeah,
what countries are near to abduct them from?
Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam,
Philippines.
The Philippines.
Of course.
The Filipinos, you know, if they're not being a nurse, they're being your crew. Okay, so.
True.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
What age ranges?
I know some of you are going to say, oh, this is just a prank. This is a joke. They have to show you what they're doing through humor, because that's how they believe they will receive no karma.